Okay guys, we're going to do the update, the Hoya update on this cabinet here, which is my second, as I call them, my retro cabinets. There is a name for them actually, I must look it up and put it on the screen. But anyway, I have bought new shelves. I got them from a company in the US. I will be doing a more in-depth video on it, but I thought as I'm going to do an update on the Hoyas, I might as well take this opportunity to clean this cabinet and put in the new shelves. Now I have removed the lights from the wire shelving and I have taken out my water feature, and you can see how dirty the cabinet is. This is why it's important to every now and then give it a really good makeover. So I am then going to give you an update on the plants that are in here, and then we put them back in the cabinet. I won't be putting my lights on today as I am waiting for adhesive stickers, I guess, to put the lights back on. I have used these ones before and they are incredible. They're extra strong. So when I'm doing the video on the shelves, I will give you the name of those stickers then. Okay, so let's start with the cleaning. Okay guys, I have my little bowl of water and I am going to start giving this a really good wash. I'm going to take out these wire shelves. It's been a while since I've cleaned these, so I decided to wash them down first with washing up liquid, or dish soap you call it in Canada, and then I move on to Windex to give it that nice clean shine. So you can see here I'm doing the inside and the out of the cabinet. Now this here is actually a blade. Because I use the water fountain, a lime scale builds up on the glass, and I find a blade is the best way to remove this. I gave my two water features a really good clean because a scum does build up on the inside of them, and I washed all the stones. Now here I'm putting in the new shelves. They are absolutely gorgeous, guys. I really love them. I will put the name of the company on the screen, and as I say, I will do a more in-depth video soon. And I had to get these custom made because this cabinet is quite old, and you can see he did amazing. He got the measurements spot on. My lights will be added later. So I'm giving you a close-up look of it there, and I just think they look absolutely beautiful in the cabinet. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you the Hoyas that I have in my second retro cabinet. This here is a Hoya finlaysoni. Now I believe I have 3 different types of Hoya finlaysoni, and I got these from Thailand in 2018, and they have really struggled. I don't know what it is about these ones. I might try them in Pon and see if it'll give them a little boost. I did get some new leaves on them and they actually fell off. So, and like I said, I have them a long time and really they're going nowhere. This here is another finlaysoni, and this one I brought in only early last year, and it's doing absolutely fine. It's, you can see I've trellised it now, and I think I see some new growth coming on it. Is that maybe not. I thought that was a new leaf, but maybe not. But you can see it has put out some new leaves since I got it, and it's doing perfectly fine. So that is a Hoya finlaysoni. And there is one anyway that I don't know the name of. So I have another cutting of this Hoya out in my OG cabinet, the original one that I did, and I don't know what it is, and I, for the life of me, cannot find a name for it. If you know what it is, if you could let me know. Now I know it can be difficult, and the easiest way to identify them is through flowers, and obviously this isn't flowering, but you can see this leaf kind of grew a little quirky. I wonder if it has something to do with the amount of light it was getting. But it does have, let me see if I can get it to focus for you. It does have beautiful veining, and there are some amazing roots on it. This was one I brought in around the summertime last year, and it's acclimated really well to Pon. Let's get my face out of the way. I don't know if you could see the roots there, but it has lots of nice roots, and I guess I have no idea of the name of it. I actually am very upset about this. My friend Paula gave me a cutting, I think it's something like ILM 76 or something like that. She gave me a cutting of this Hoya, that's the leaf. And I had it in pon in this cabinet, but the leaves actually fell off. So I've put it in water now to see if I can get the little stem to root. Because I actually really liked the leaf on that, so I hope I can bring that back. I'm quite upset that I have lost that one. So this here is, this is the Hoya Balensis Splash. And look at the gorgeous leaf on that. I hope you can, maybe I need to pull a little closer maybe so I can get it to focus on the leaves. Is it focusing on it there? Isn't that a beautiful leaf? So this is a new leaf it's put out since I got it. I think it definitely wasn't this big. I'm guessing it maybe had 2 leaves when I got it. I just can't quite remember. I think I'm going to have to trellis this one very soon. This here, I love this. So I have 2 of these and I have one in my retro cabinet, and I love this plant. It is the Hoya, let me pronounce it. Reorganizing, if I say that one fast. And look at the gorgeous leaf it's put out. So this is a new leaf that it got. I imported this again in the summer of this year, and the one in my other cabinet has also put out new leaves. So I guess the question I have to ask myself is, do I want to start putting these all together and having less plants in there but bigger plants? I do love the idea of them being small in these cabinets. I think they look really cute, but now I'm getting to a point where they're starting to grow, and I'm not one for taking smaller cuttings and keeping it. I do love bigger plants, so I do need to work on a system and find something that I will enjoy. I don't mind having 2 plants, 1 in each cabinet, but then there's also a lot of enjoyment to be had from combining them. Oh my gosh, I'm just talking in riddles now, aren't I? With the Hoya Reorganizing. Gorgeous. This here, I hope I have the name on this. I do have this in my other cabinet too, and I can never remember the name of it. It's not the flagellata. I'll get the name for you and I'll put it on the screen. It has quite an unusual little leaf on it. I find it even hard to describe what it looks like. It nearly looks like it's struggling, but it's not. These are new leaves, brand new leaves that are coming out on it. And if you have this Hoya, let me know if you kind of feel the same way about it. It's not furry, but it does definitely have a unique texture to the leaf. This is a Hoya Carnosa Freckles, which actually needs to be watered. And I bought this, I imported these from Thailand, and I'll tell you what's disappointing. I did like it for a while, but really there are regular Carnosas that have this much speckling on them, and I expected them to be much more speckled or much more freckled as per their name. That's actually very dry. I need to water this one. I'll give it a good soak. I find that when they're in the terracotta pots, they just dry out so quickly. So I'm betwixt and between. I have to make a decision because I have more Hoyas coming in from Indonesia and I will need to make more space. So this might be one that gets rehomed. So the Hoya Carnosa Freckles. This is one that I got from Paula, the Hoya Meredithii. I had to think about the name there for a moment. Look at the leaf. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous, spectacular? And it's just a 1-leaf cutting. It hasn't put out a new shoot. I know it looks like I've probably planted it too deep, but I needed to plant it that way for support initially. Let's see how the roots are doing. Oh, it actually has, it actually has some nice roots on it now. I do need to probably repotter and maybe try and pull it up just ever so slightly so that it will accommodate new growth. This is the Hoya Fuaensis. It has the most beautiful variegated leaf. I think by now you probably know that I love this kind of leaf. And I bought this from one of my local plant friends, Jennifer. She has an amazing collection and I've picked up a few beauties from her. And I think this is just stunning. So here we have a nice pot of Hoya Nicholsonii, just the regular green Hoya Nicholsonii. I think it's lovely. There's actually a couple of plants in here, and I like you see the veining on it, is lovely, isn't it? And I like that it's kind of a lighter colour. It's like a nice lime green colour. Of course, if you've been watching me, you know I bought the New Guinea Ghost off Paula. It was part of my Christmas gift. But I also do like the green one. I think it's very pretty. So Hoya Nicholsonii. My wonderful friend Paula, who you hear me talk about always, saw my video where I said that my Hoya Bella was struggling, and she came over for tea and she brought me hers. So incredibly kind. And there are peduncles on them, which I think I may have just squashed, because I didn't realise I put my light on it, but there were peduncles on it, and I think I may have just murdered them, which is a shame. But look at the length on this, isn't it so cute? I just think the Hoya Bella is lovely. It's one of those that makes a gorgeous hanging plant. And when we go to my kitchen and I show you the Hoyas in my kitchen, you'll know that I love hanging Hoyas in my windows, and this will be destined for one of those positions sometime soon. So the Hoya Bella, pretty little plant. So this is the Hoya Kumariniana. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I bought this in Vandermeer Nurseries. And this one started off like about $40 in Vandermeer Nurseries, and then it went down to 25 or 29, and now I believe it's gone down again. I think it's like $20 there now. But it has a really pretty little kind of a frilly leaf, is how I would probably describe it. Very cute. Now, I've heard people say that it's a difficult one. I haven't experienced any difficulty with it as of yet, but that's not to say never with plants. Never rest on your laurels. You know, you can be doing amazing with a plant that maybe everybody's killing, and oh yeah, well, mine's still alive, and lo and behold, yours can take a dive as well. So I never say never. And of course, you can kill plants at any time for any reason. But so far, I haven't had any difficulty with it, although I have heard that people have. So here we have the Hoya Kumariana. Who names these plants? I'd love to know. So I think that's everything for this cabinet. So now we'll just quickly put everything back in together. Like I said earlier, I won't be putting my lights on until I get the sticky tabs from Amazon, which are coming tomorrow. But I love the sleekness of the glass shelves. Another reason why they're acrylic, they're not glass. Another reason why I wanted these type of shelves was you saw me take these out. So to put the light underneath, you have to have this raised bar facing up, which creates a problem. So you have two problems here. One, you can hit your plant off it and it topples over, and because I use a lot of pon, I tend to have a lot of pon spillage. And also sometimes you can position your pot in a way that it just tips in between here. So I like the idea of having a smooth flat surface. Now with this, I used to use tie wraps to put the lights on. Obviously I'm not going to do that in here because it would defeat the purpose, which is why I'm waiting for the sticky tabs. But I definitely like the cleanness of it. It looks really pretty. Although these did look pretty because I sprayed them gold. You know, they did look pretty, but I'm loving this new look. So I got the shelves, of course, for these two cabinets, my retro cabinet, and I got two corner shelves for my Fabricor. I wasn't going to get anything from my Fabricor, but then I thought, since I'm having them delivered, I'm going to get them and have them in case I decide, or I can figure out a nice way of incorporating them into my display. So I'll quickly put these back together and then I'll be back to say goodbye. Okay, so let's start with this shelf. So I do like to keep like pretty little things in here as well. So I have this little teapot that I always keep in here. Can you see? Let me turn it maybe go this way. There, that's better. And then I do need to water this, but I will put it in for now. So I usually just keep my Hoya freckles there. guys, so there we are with our new shelves in. And there is my second retro cabinet. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you watched till the end, don't forget to put that green heart emoji in the comments. And thank you so much again for joining me. I will see you again soon. Take care and have a wonderful day.